Okay, folks, so this is your intermediate for the week. I'm going to pre-record it because no one's showed up live and I've used far too much hair product to waste it. So we're going to go pre-record. That will probably be better because it's a better quality filming usually when that happens, so that's great. So we're going to start off a little bit further than hip distance apart with your feet, drawing in that belly button, lift and hold that core, and then we're going to slide to the side and then breathe in to come back up. Exhale to dip. Are your hips in a vice? I don't want you to sway those hips. I want them really nice and stuck. Okay? So exhale. Now we're going to bring the other arm up and then return, breathing in, exhale. So to protect your lower back, belly button towards that spine, lift that pelvic floor, breathing in, exhale. We're going to go into that dip. So we can start to tilt the pelvis a bit because we're going to go forward and down and then reach out. So you're going into those corners. Okay, this opposite hip to your arms, tilt it up as we start to take the arm up and over and return. I'm a bit juddery, I hope that's not going to come through. Here he is. Hi. Exhale. So we start off between panes of glass. We reach a little bit forward so this hip can go into a tilt, reaching round. This hip goes towards the ceiling as you reach it back through and exhale. Tilt that pelvis, breathing in, lift and exhale. Okay, so as we come down now, I want you to squeeze through your hips a little bit further down. Reaching up again. So we're just getting a gradual lengthening in the back of the legs, in those hips, turn it round. Just a lovely circular warm up. That's it. Okay. Okay, I'm going to go straight into a lunge, but we're stretching. So I want that heel to the floor, feet forwards, just knit back so you can see both feet I want forward. So it might feel a bit odd, but you've got a real wide distance apart from toe to heel there. And you're nice and tall, crown to coccyx. You're really sinking those ribs to your hips. Just drawing that coccyx under a little bit, but I want these hips level. You're depressing that heel back into the floor and you're squeezing your hips forwards and level, okay? All right, let's take the arms up. Bend at the elbows wide. Okay, still no opening in your rib cage, ribs to hips. We're going to take the palms to the back of the room, keeping the elbows as high as the shoulders. And on the next turn, with the hands, you rotate your face. And I want your face to be level with the wall or the window or whatever it is you're looking at. So we're not chin or head protruding, it's face. Oh, yeah. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. All right, before we change over, my left leg is forward, so I'm going to take my right hand behind and it's the back of my hand just nestled into the waist there, and you're going to turn around the whole of your core and your hips. Okay, can you maintain that forward facing feet, but then have a breath into your rib cage here, and then I want you to slowly turn your hips in, keeping your shoulder back. So try and get your hips forwards, but you're maintaining the top of your chest towards the back. Okay, so you just get a nice little twist in your thoracic as well. And then come forward, swap over your feet, keep them forward facing. Really nestle that back heel down, feet are forwards, hips are level, squeeze just a little bit forward with your hips, not necessarily that knee yet. Okay, beautiful. Are you ready? With those arms, ribs are down, look to the side and the front and to the other side. Belly button in, lift that pelvic floor. Good. Exhale, breathe in to come to the front, exhale here. Breathing in, exhale. Lift, lift, lift your pelvic floor. Breathing in, one more. Okay, now what I'm going to do now is right legs forward, so we take the left back of your hand into that opposite waist. Relax this one and turn around. Turn your hips as well to begin. You can bend this knee, it should be just nice and easy really. Just try and keep your hips level but twisted back, so still same horizontalness. Just twist it round. And now slowly bring the hips forwards, keeping your shoulders towards the back there, just to accentuate that twist in your upper back now. Breathe into this rib cage and exhale. Bring it round. Back up, a couple of pelvic tilts. Really stretch out that lower back. Really pull your coccyx underneath yourself and then open your ribs away from your hips there. Really articulate that pelvic movement. Okay, so we're going to carry on with the same positioning that we did in the warm-up, but we're going to come down with a lunge. Okay, so tucking your elbows into your waist, both feet forwards again, lift up the back foot now. Now remember your options. You're going to come straight down, crown to coccyx there. Okay, right? It's bread and butter this, but you need it, okay? When you're down, you bring your palms up, and then when you come up, your hands go down. All right, we've got 20 of these. Exhale to come down, breathing in. Now, if this back knee is really struggling, that back one there, then you can go slightly more forward. You just get this instead of this. All right? That is an option. Just make sure your elbows are tucked into your side, so you're doing a bicep curl rather than this. I don't want any back wobbling around. So in and lift. Okay, so you can do that. I'll do 5 of these ones so you can see it's the front glute there, glute med that gets it. 3, 2, 1. So we're halfway there. I'm going to go back to my Pilates dips. And then we've got 5 more to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to drop those. Have your hands come here. And then keeping those hips forward, we rotate. Breathe at the front, ready to exhale to swing round. That's brilliant. And then bring yourself back up. Got a bit of a wobble leg there. All right, so let's do that other side. Really gets the blood going. So get into your lunge position. Start off with a nice little stretch at the back there. Toe to heel. Forward facing feet and dip. So notice that straight line Okay. And if this is sore on that back knee, then remember we can do that physio lunge, moving forwards. Really gets you in that front glute. Or we can go into, you can do a mixture of each. I'm going into this Pilates lunge for 3, 2, 1. And then the last 5. Last set is 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Gently lose those. Check you've got this right angle here and at the front there. Ready to switch. Hips are forwards, breathing in. Exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. Lift that pelvic floor. Last one. Rise it up. How are you feeling? We need to stretch these out. Transfer the weight over to your left. Lift this right foot up. Squeeze your heel into your glute. Check these are level. And then we've got some arm work coming up. So we need to warm this hand. If you need to, you can use this hand to stabilise yourself. Okay, so tuck that coccyx under, squeeze that heel in, have a breath. Release this and just pop your fingertips on your elbow there, just to lengthen that. Good stuff. Okay, undo. Transfer that weight over to the right. Stick those hips level in that vice. Draw that foot up. Squeeze it deep towards your glutes. Knee down, elbow high. There we go. Breathe. Breathe and squeeze. So one last squeeze, one last release, fingers on there, super duper. And release. Now before we get down, I just want to do a few of these flamenco squat things, Karate Kid squats, that's what they're more like. So transferring the weight over to your right here. Bring up your foot, so your legs high. And then it's so important, we're going to bend this supporting knee. But I want you to aim for your knee to ride over your second and third toe. All right, so not in or out, straight down. Okay, for 5. 2 from the side, 4. So it's important to get this view. 3. So you can see we're going crown to coccyx. 2. And 1. But it's important to show the front view. Transfer the weight over to the left now. Lift this foot up so that you can see this supporting knee. This knee isn't wobbling, okay? We've really got to direct the knee to go over your second and third toe. 1, 2, lift that pelvic floor. For 3, 2, 1. Really good for your knees, just to strengthen them up there. We're going to go on the floor, so just in sitting we're going to do the saw. So just sitting with your legs akimbo, back straight up, so I'll see you down there. Okay, so separating the legs, your body nice and tall, so try not to slouch, sitting beautifully tall, feet up, arms up, and then we try and keep the hips forward, just rotate the arms. You're not closing your arms, they stay the same distance. The cat's just staring at my image. Exhale, breathing in, exhale, breathing in, exhale. Okay. Okay, we're ready to really lengthen these because we're going to do some bridge work. We'll do that first once these are stretched. So left elbow wedges right into that, left elbow into left knee, and then drop that hand there, just swizz back, and then the other arm, we're tilting up so this hip can go towards the ceiling there as we lengthen up and over. Really turn it out, breathing in, come up and rotate. Okay, turn this out like we did at the beginning with those twirly whirlies. Okay, let's see if we can get a bit lower. We'll do the same again on this side. There you go. Right, I need this knee down towards the floor, this elbow in, and we're just turning this hip up, that hip up, and this hand down to the other hand there. Breathe. And come back up, other side. Knee down, elbow down, hip up, elbow turn out. Okay, really squeeze that hip round, really breathe into here. Are we ready? We're going to come up. Right, now I want you to nose to knee, knee to floor, but now we're just trying to, we're now not twisted, we're now down. So you're really getting a hamstring stretch. Practice. Bring it up. Same again, nose to knee, knee to floor, exhale. Knee down, knee down. Nose to knee. Breathing in. Okay, we're ready. We're going to do our bridge. Now, if you have a ring, super. If you don't, grab yourself a cushion. We'll do some nice, I'll do some, roll downs first. So make sure you've got some room behind you. We're going to bring your pubic bone towards your nose so that lower back's ready to take the weight into the floor. Lift, lift, lift that pelvic floor, bring it down, engage, 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 ching, 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 ching. Bring those arms up, keeping your shoulders on the floor. Breathe. Okay, I'm going to let you lift that rib cage. So you should have a more accentuated curl here in your lower back. Okay, and then I want you to lower. See that? So we're coming from lifting the rib cage to lowering them towards the hips as you bring your arms over. Keep your shoulders towards the floor, just wheel them round. Chin to chest as those arms float away from you. I would like your pubic bone to ascend towards your nose. So your lower back again is catching the floor as you come up. Breathing in. Exhale down towards your feet. Reach forwards and lift. Breathing in. Okay, let's sink down. Get that pubic bone as if it's going up towards your face. Lower, lower, lower. Beautiful. Stretch. Okay, I want like your hips away from your ribs. Okay, quite rare. I know. Lengthen your feet away from your fingertips. Breathe. Exhale, sink your ribs to hips. Arms over, chin to chest. Okay, let's really get that pubic bone here to get your lower back into the mat to reach your back up. Just helps you protect your back. Exhale. And then bring it up. Okay, sink it down. Make sure your equipment's to hand as we come down. We're going to come into our bridge. So checking heels are underneath your knees. Pubic bone towards your nose again, spine imprint. And your knees stay in line with those hips. I don't want a wobble, I want firm legs as we ascend up. Let's get each vertebrae off that floor. And then once we're up, we're going to lift up the heels for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Are we ready? You're going to need your hoop. A cushion is brilliant, so don't worry if you don't have a hoop. If you have a hoop, you're squeezing it in here. Okay, try and get it balanced, nicely wedged. And we're going to squeeze, release. So just like you do with the cushion, it's just a little bit more intense. For 10. Don't let the band pop you open, the ring. I want you to resist, like the resistance band. You squeeze it, and then it should be as hard to release. Keep your hips high. Engage these. So good for your inner thighs, your hips, your pelvis. Your hips are your pelvis. But really working into helping you become really super stable. 5, 4, 3, 2, resist. 1. Come down. Okay. Pop it away, little pelvic tilt, replace, squeeze. Remember your cushions, scoop that coccyx under and lift, and squeeze, release and squeeze, release and squeeze. That's a little bit uncomfortable, just readjust if you need. And it needs to be level as well. Oh my gosh. For 5. Hips level, engage, 3, 2, and 1. Come down, last set. Breathe that air. Just do your pelvic tilts before we're ready to sequentially get your spine off the floor. Make sure you've got a squeeze on that hoop to come up. Resist to come open, squeeze to close, release. It's not a fast move, okay? It's not how fast we can do it. It's how much we can resist. Keep those hips level. Here we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Just going to have a bit of a break. Let's do your piriformis. So just pop in your foot on your knee and just bring your foot up there. To make it a deeper stretch, you can close that angle in your leg and just grab round your shin. Bring this leg lower if you want an even deeper. and then release, swap over. Just make sure your coccyx is tucked under, imprint your spine. You can come chin to chest to do this. Move that foot lower down if you want a deeper stretch. Not recommended for hip replacements, this one, but you all know that. You will have been coming to my class for ages. Breathing in and out. Okay. Have a couple of breaths. Oh my gosh. Oh. Release. So again, cushion or your ring. Squeezing it in. We're going to come back into the bridge. You can do this with your bottom on the floor, but I know you are intermediate, so you know it could be like this. But if you do want to modify, bottom to the floor. So with a nice squeeze there, get the balance right, hips are level, maintain that engaged glute. Spread your fingertips down. You're going to extend one leg to make sure it's properly comfortable. Extend and low. I'm going to do 10 of those. 10, 9, squeezing the hoop. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Breathing in and we're ready. Exhale, lift. Oh my gosh, I'm going to lose my ring. Keep those hips level. Engaging those glutes. Halfway there nearly. Twist so that you're level. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Mamma mia. Are you ready for a stretch? Lengthen your left leg. Right leg in tabletop. Right arm out to the side. And we can twist this leg round there. Okay, don't worry if your spine pops. You don't want it to snap though. It's not going to. Knee to floor, shoulder to floor. Breathing in and out. Secure your core, ready to lift yourself back round. Drop that down. Extend that leg. Bring your right leg up and float it down. Knee to the floor, shoulder to the floor. Breathe into this rib cage. And return. Here we go. Right, now, next. We're going to lift it back up. So roll up. Your arms are there. Breathe. And exhale. Chin to chest. Roll it up. Lift. And lower. So we're going to do our triceps now. So you want your hands behind here. And we're going to bend the elbows and lift. Bend those elbows and lift. Okay, so for the next part, we thrust the hips up. So you want your elbows slightly bent, but your arms as fully extended as possible, okay?
Breathe, exhale, lift. Squeeze the glutes. Don't let your feet turn out. I want the tops of your feet in line with the ceiling. Exhale, lift. Breathing into return. Are we ready to squeeze? Breathe in, release. Squeeze. Breathing in. Exhale. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down. Cross your legs. Okay, we're going to go back to that, but I just need a bit of a quick release. Bring the arms up there. Just try and squeeze your arms back. Come down. And then let's do the other side. Lift, lift, lift. Trying to get equal. Okay, so next we do your almost extended arms to lift those hips, and then instead of coming up and down with the hips, you keep your hips high, but you come down with those elbows. Okay, don't let the feet splay. Okay, I'm going to rest because that's so tiring, but we'll come back. Okay, arm down your back and press here. You can carry on if you're stronger than me. Breathe, release. Other side. Okay, so we'll do that again. Wobble arms. Those arms nice and firm. Breathe, extend, lift, lift. And 5. You're lowering with your elbows, not your bottom. Your bottom stays high. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Can't do many of those, I'm afraid. You carry on if you can. That's superb. Stretch it round. And then we've just got one other option to do. Release. Squeeze it through. Come round. Okay, so the next one is a leg lift. So I show you options with your bottom on the floor. Try not to squash down. Be nice and strong and tall. Just alternate legs, or you can do 1 on each side. We'll do 4 on each side, so alternate or just stick to one side. Nice and slow. These are knee ones really. You don't have to get mightily high. 4, 3, 2. Just lighting up those muscles around your knees to keep your knees stable. Okay. Breathe. Are we ready? Exhale, lift. Secure your core. Engage your pelvic floor. I'm going to lift the left leg for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then the other side. Breathe. Little kink in those elbows for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Brilliant. Come down. Cross your legs. And we're going to reach forwards. Breathe. Walk yourself to one side. And then the other. And return. Bringing it back up. Okay, so I did want to just show you this beautiful hip flexor stretch. before we do our abs. Okay, so we'll just warm up the abs a little bit. Take your hands behind, guide your knees towards the floor, raise your hips, and then bring your head up. That's great. Secure that core, bring yourself down, and ready for your abdominals. This is quite nice, just to finish. Well, we've got a few roller polars, so bring yourself down into that sequential lowering down. Coming into tabletop, one leg at a time there. Alright, we're going to go into toe taps, but chin to chest, thoracic off. And keeping this beautiful right angle here, don't want the legs to come up. Just from the hips, get your toes to the floor. So see, this remains rigid. Okay, so pop your hands by your ears, and we're going to take your right elbow towards the left knee, and then come down on that toe tap. Okay, now if it gets too complicated, just stay on the same side. We're going to do 10 on each. Okay, but what I'm going to try and do is swap over to this other side. Do not let your rib cage separate. When your foot goes down, so try not to create an arch here. Spine imprint. Just a little bit tricky to get the coordination going, but I'm going really slow, so you should be able to get into the rhythm. Okay, you should be feeling it in your lower and in your upper abs, and it's good for your obliques. Intermediate, lots of hard work. We've got 4 on each side. Get that lower back into the mat. 2 on each side. Nice little cobra before we just have a nice little roll over. Okay, so bring yourself elegantly onto your tummy. Hands to your side there. Breathing in. And exhale. Breathing in. Exhale. Look at your foot there. Breathing in. Exhale. Breathing in. Look over to this other side. So we're really lengthening those abdominals. Okay, so bring yourself up, bend your knees into child pose. Just rotate the hips from one side and then the other, and then come into the end of the mat, ready to do a nice roly-poly. So you're going to aim for your sacrum to be on the mat, C curve. Tip your toes and just wrap your hands around your ankles there. Are we ready? Breathe and just let yourself fall back. You can use momentum. Just enjoy the mat taking the spine. Again, wrong hairstyle for this. Okay, now we're going to come down and stay down. Lengthen the legs away. See if you like the idea of the rollover. In fact, let's do a corkscrew, a little bit different. So we take it to the side and then round to the other side, and we can take it a little bit further, taking the feet towards your shoulder and then down. You don't have to bring your bottom up, but if you feel like you can, then do. It's not recommended if you have sore necks. Sequentially down. That's your breathe in, exhale. Breathe in. So you're kind of on a bit of a twist because your feet are not over your head, that's more towards your shoulder. And then we roll on that same side, roll to the opposite side and up the other side of that back, and then come down. So we can finish with a centre roll over to get your hips, so that we can do a nice little cycle to finish, because it's a lovely stretch. You can have your bottom down if you like. Remember, equal momentum on each turn of the foot. Well done, folks. Are you ready? Nice and high. We go into scissors. And then taking your hands away, bring you back sequentially back down into sitting to finish. Well done. Hope you enjoyed that little pre-record 40-ish minutes intermediate sut. Well done for getting to class. Namaste. Bye for now. See you next time.